Hi, Mr. Lee.
Hey!
Hi, nice meeting you. I
nice
think we
meeting you.
haven't formally met before. I'm Dinah from
Hi, Dinah.
HSBC.
Hello. Hello,
Hey,
Mr. Lee.
Yes, yes.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Ronnie from HSBC.
Hi, Ronnie.
Actually, I know one of your friends, John Tan.
Oh, yes, yes, you know John.
Correct. Because I'm kind of familiar because I think I saw you speaking to him in one of the sessions. That's the reason why I came to talk to you.
Yes.
I believe you also heard from him that he actually has been one of the paying client with HSBC as well.
To be honest, John and I don't really talk too much about finance.
Right.
Although he is one of the investors in our company, so one of the early investors, he never really talks about his finance, how he does. But I think he does pretty well. He drives a nice big car.
Oh, okay, great. I guess he's a main investor in your company, Big.G, so I guess...
No, he was not the main investor. The main investor was UBS.
Oh, UBS, right,
Yes.
right. Okay. So how about yourself, like mainly, which bank are you dealing with, right?
UBS.
Oh, UBS, I thought you were saying...
No, UBS is both for our company. They were the first one to invest in our company, and since then, Invest gave us a credit line for our company. Okay. And since then, also all our private banking is with UBS.
I see. In terms of all this, UBS is doing pretty well. Like, I mean, helping out with your corporate side.
No worry at all. I've got the best RM in the world.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy already is my RM for 8 years.
Okay.
And he's never more than a phone call away.
Oh.
So he's
that's fantastic.
That's fantastic. And 24/7.
Okay.
Doesn't matter when I call him. He's always immediately there. He will, even small things with credit cards or big things with the company credit line, he will pick it up. So he's there.
That's great. So you are.
But what I really like about him is he takes care of anything from business to private.
Oh, that's cool. So I guess you have a pretty good experience with UBS so far.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So has John Tan mentioned anything about the banking relationship?
No, like I said,
not at all, right?
No. But how much money does John actually have?
No, actually, I'm not confident to disclose on that.
That would be nice for me to know. Oh, hey,
sorry,
good
am I
morning. Well, not really. I'm reading my newspaper. I'm waiting for my family. So.
But I've seen you here before, so I thought.
Yeah.
I'm Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Hi. You are Mr. John Pierce, are you?
No, I'm Jack Lee. John Pierce is my not even family.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I saw your photo in the newspapers. You're the owner of the Big.G.
Yes.
I saw you speaking to a friend of mine, John Tan.
Yes. John is a long-time friend of mine. He introduced me actually to this club, and he's also the one that introduced me to the swim instructor for my kids.
Okay, I've seen you here a few times.
Yeah, I don't come too often because it's I travel a lot.
Okay.
But whenever I have the chance to spend time with my family, I will.
Oh, great! So your family comes here for swimming lessons? Or?
Yes. My 2 kids have swimming lessons here now.
Right. That's
So I'm just waiting, and then later I go for lunch with my wife and kids, and that would be then the single day I have this week for my family.
Okay. Do you play golf then?
Very seldom. And actually, I don't play golf. I attend golf.
You attend golf?
I attend golf. I'm just there, and then once in a while I hit. I'm one of these guys that needs to fill in this form that says, do you play better than what was it, 120? And I say always yes, but in fact, I'm not that good.
You're being humble.
No, I really am not that
good. You don't have time to play humble.
Yeah. Did you play here?
Yes, I do play here once in a while. However,
so how many bunkers did you see lately?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's me. Just every time you're hitting it, there's a new bumper.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I'm
You should play more often.
I'm that bad. I'm that bad.
No. Anyways, you like to watch golf, do you?
Again,
If you have the
the
time.
only reason why I play golf is because John Tan said, hey, it's good for business. So far, never has led to any gene sales, but okay, he said it's good for business. So I joined this club 8 years ago, and again, the family likes it, and I once in a while play with John and some other people when they invite me, and I have the time. Because it's just fun to do.
Alright.
But that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's also great to watch tournaments sometimes. You know, also good for business in a way. You get to know people. You get to spend time with John.
Which tournament are you referring to?
As a matter of fact, I am from HSBC.
Okay.
So we organize the HSBC Women's Championship every year.
Okay.
So, you know, it'll be good. I could invite you together with John.
Oh, maybe that would be great.
Great.
Yeah.
Can I have your contact number and your details?
If you
I can
can
put your
arrange
name
it
down
for me,
all.
that would be fantastic.
Great, I'll do that.
Here you go.
And this is my name card as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. I won't disturb you anymore. I hope you have a good
it's-
time with your family.
Absolutely.
And we'll keep in touch.
Okay, hey.
All
Yes.
right, take care.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you. How was that for a start? How was that for a start? First of all, may I ask, how many of you were aware that there was a camera? Most of you were aware there was a camera. Okay, it was too obvious. Actually, what we try to do is always to actually not make the camera too obvious, because I know that the moment there's a camera, people feel enormously uncomfortable. Yeah, that's already number one. Secondly, it's a most uncomfortable situation, right? Stepping up to someone you actually hardly know, and in fact, we even make it worse. Because we give you a scene, it's a lounge, and guess what? There's a door. Normally in a lounge you don't have a door. Normally in a lounge you don't do. May I come in? You don't do it in a lounge. And in a lounge you have time to check out Mr. Lee for a moment. Oh, what kind of mood is he in? What is his body language saying? Shall I go to him or not? Here you're actually forced to go into a room, meet a guy you never met. And I think definitely if you were with me in the room, you were thinking, well, Mr. Lee, that sounds pretty Asian, and you see this almost sitting there. By the way, Lee is also a proper Dutch name. So that's the second uncomfortable thing. You walk into a room with a complete stranger. And then the third thing is then you actually have to make up things on the spot, thinking on your feet. Interesting enough than to see how many of you fall back to, hey, I'm from HSBC. Some people introduce themselves with, hey, I'm Jack from HSBC. And I even made a joke with 2 or 3 of you, well, that's an interesting name, Jack from HSBC. Because normally you would say, hey, my name is Jack, or my name is, what was Celia just now? You won't mention, hey, I'm just from a bank. So, but again, we make this role play on purpose extremely uncomfortable for you. And there's a reason for that, because, to be honest, we don't want you to succeed.
You succeeded.
So, I would like to ask, how many of you do have a name card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not too bad. That's really not too bad. We are having also sessions where maybe 1 in a group like this has a name card, 2. Typically, there's only a few that really get or deserve a name card. Then actually everything has to be right. You know, or there has to be a really tempting reason for us to say, hey, yeah, I'll give you my name card.
And you know, if it's someone we've never met before, it's really difficult just going up to them and just saying, oh, hi, how are you going? And then just sitting down. But realistically, we all went in a mindset that, wow, this is the CEO of Big Dog Jeans, yeah? You know, this is some big important person. If you didn't know that, if we didn't tell you that information, we just said there's a person in that room, just go and get to know them, would it have been a different approach? Yeah, maybe, a little bit more relaxed. It's what we call a paradigm shift. Has anyone heard that word, paradigm shift? I've always heard people say that, you know, in business today we've had a paradigm shift. And I go, what is a paradigm shift? What it is when you're in a situation and all of a sudden, like that, the situation changes dramatically. That's what I would like you to do. With your new partner, we're going to test your questioning skills, your listening skills, and a little bit of presenting skills. I want you with your partner to ask 3 simple questions. The name and the role. What is the key thing they would like to get out of today's workshop? And finally, one thing that people may not know about them. It may be a hobby, it may be a tattoo somewhere, could be anything like that. One thing interesting that people may not know about them. Okay? So
Gilbert is the relationship manager from Suntech Premier. What he wants to learn is all 3 plus he will want to bring his skills level of acquiring new customers to the next level, because he is currently doing a lot of teleconsulting. You know, it's face-to-face and teleconsulting is very different.
okay, so let's put here, increasing client acquisition skills. Is there any specific part of that you want to focus on?
Is the, for example, like this morning,
Yeah.
yeah, just split second, 1-2 minutes in which I can get into a conversation with a person.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And guys, do you know what we call that? Rapport building. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, building rapport. Nice.
Something about him, he has got an orange rabbit.
An orange rabbit. Okay, tell me you didn't sort of diet yourself.
Verbal is exactly what we say. Now, I'm not telling you that your clients and your boss only listens for 7% of what you say. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Except, indeed, if you are married, then probably your wife or your husband only listens for 7% of what you say. But this graph just shows you that whenever you communicate, the first thing that people look at is how you behave. When your body language is in line with what you say. Therefore, sometimes when you talk to people, you have this gut feeling that says, I don't trust him or her, or he's talking bullshit. Why? The words coming out of his mouth are different from what his body language says. You know, each and every one of you can stand in front of clients and tell your clients that this is the best product of HSBC, and actually you don't believe it yourself. And your body language will show it. And the client will say, well, I don't think I'm going to buy this stuff from you because you don't have this, you don't radiate, your body language is not in line with what you say. So, the first thing, your brain processes always visual. And your brain is damn good at it. After that, is basically the tone of your voice that first is being processed. Cauliflower? Cauliflower. See what happened? He immediately knew it was a question. He immediately saw my body language, he saw my internet, my tone. Cauliflower. It's a question. And then only his brain came to the conclusion, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Cauliflower? Cauliflower? What does your body now do? You want to hit me? I have a fight or flight reaction. And what I say doesn't make any sense. Cauliflower doesn't make any sense. But the fact that my body language and my tone is a certain way, your body already reacts, your brain already reacts. Now think back of all the videos you saw this morning. Think back of your own video. Some people come in. Is this right room? Right? Some people come in. May I sit down? From HSBC. And immediately, if I'm a potential client, your body language, the way you behaved, told me already the whole story. And I didn't even think about it. I just saw you. So, whatever you said, yeah, of course I will listen, but if it's not in line with the first two, then it's absolutely important that when you meet clients, and by the way, if you meet clients and you could observe them for a while in a lounge, typically what would happen is that, okay, that's Mr. Lee. That's Mr. Lee. Let me go to Mr. Lee. Yeah? You would probably gather yourself together, you will pump yourself up. In fact, I have some videos, well, I had some videos before, people that come into the room and really you see them and then go for it. And guess what? That energy radiates. And you all know sales guys like this, you trust me, you have to buy my product. You're not going to buy anything on this person. Someone who's confident, someone who believes in what he or she sells. Yeah.
Reach as high as you can. Okay, take your hands down, touch your thighs. Bring your hands up, touch the top of your head. Bring your hands down, touch your butt. Bring your hands to your side. Bring them in front. Bring them down to your thighs again. And hold them out again. With your right hand, make it like an L. Okay? Take your thumb and your index finger, hold it together and form a circle. Yes? Take the circle and put it on your chin. Okay? So take the circle, put it on your chin. Put it on your chin. Put it on your chin. Okay, sit down.
So what you're going to do here is the following. You're going to watch, please take that side of the table. You're going to watch each individual video one by one in the sequence you came in. We're going to actually look at what were now the things that went well. So I will ask each individual first what you think, you yourself think went well. And then, what do you think can you improve? Now, the difficult part every time is to look at what went well. We don't want to immediately seize themselves and thinking, wow, I gained weight, I look a little bit awkward, my voice sounds awkward. Yeah. But don't focus too much on initially on all the bad things. Just look at Lee. Actually, every video there are some good things. So we come up with some do's and don'ts, so it's easy for you to remember when you go back in. You make this total list of do's and don'ts, and those are the things, your takeaways for this session. Let's start with the fastest one first. Sorry. Yes. Hey, we're missing one. Yes. I didn't even notice that we were missing one. Please get around a little more around the table. Thank you.
Together with John.
Oh, John,
Yeah, Johnson, correct. There we go.
How's he doing?
He's doing fine. Actually, he's relationship manager. We met once near cafeteria.
Okay.
Yeah. Not sure if he's doing
I'm so alright.
Understand. With your business contact or whatever, I believe you've met a lot of engagement.
Yes. Way too many people.
Yeah, you're here on a business trip.
No, I'm here just waiting for my family. My kids are having swimming lessons here.
Nice.
So I'm just waiting, I'm reading my old newspaper.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe we go for lunch.
Okay.
Are you a member of the club here?
Yes, I am a member of the club here. So I'm here with another client of mine, Lake Dong. Yes. So I was thinking quite familiar. Yeah. But anyway, since you're about this club, maybe just thinking we can catch up sometime, take off together.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yes. So I actually need my name card with me now. Is it okay if I get your contact details?
But I can assure you to my office card to call my secretary. And maybe she can arrange.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Here you go.
Yeah, so I'll disturb you for your breakfast. Enjoy your coffee.
Okay.
And then I'll let Jordan know you next week.
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Because I realized I didn't tell him about HSBC. I wanted to turn around and ask you something. I said I'm a relationship manager. I didn't mention my bank at all.
Which is good.
Okay.
Which is the best thing, and that's why you got my card.
Okay. Okay. But
Yeah,
when
so-
I left the room, I was thinking, do you know where am I from?
I don't care. You give me your card, so I know actually already.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, let's quickly focus on what do you think went well.
The fact that I didn't talk business, I talk about golf.
Yeah. Don't talk. Let me take the other one. Don't talk business. That went absolutely very well.
Okay.
What else do you think went well? Anyone else that want to help? You see, exit was very smooth. You were
Yeah,
very
it's
fast.
smooth.
In, out, get my card.
Yeah, it was
So what do you think went well?
I think it was very smooth the way she actually interacted with you.
It was very easy going, right? It was smiles, laughing. It was, by the way, that anyway opens up people when you're smiling. Hey, even if I don't know you, I still feel like, hey, nice person to talk to. Yeah, let's have a chat. Yeah, so very easy going. What else?
Warm and friendly.
Warm, friendly, very friendly.
And the golf part?
On your hobby.
Do talk about hobby or
Comedy.
common interest. In fact, that's the single most important thing to do every time. Find as quickly as possible common ground. On the moment you have common ground, hey, it clicks, and your chance on getting business is way higher. So, common interest, find common ground. What do you think could be improved?
Talk slower. Actually, I wasn't very confident of myself, so I tend to talk faster and get it over and done with.
Now the good thing is I'm also a guy that talks very fast. Yeah, so if we both talk fast, it's okay. But if I would be a very old guy sitting there and you were very bubbly, that probably would not have connected. So I would say do pace yourself. So it's something to improve upon. So you could say it should be on don't talk too fast. No, do pace yourself. Actually, the important word there is mirror the other side. And it's a simple trick, but it makes it much easier to connect. What else do you think could be improved? Any of you guys or ladies want to chip in? What do you think could be improved?
Because you were sitting down, so maybe ask to sit down, I don't know. Ask if it's okay to sit down.
So I will put this on the don't. The don't create an awkward position. So I'm sitting there now. Luckily, you still had some distance, but I had in one incident in Hong Kong where someone really came very close, and it was very uncomfortable for me. That's just, and you keep on standing there, and I'm sitting there. So you could have just asked, "Hey, do you mind if I sit down?" By the way, these are the few times that you want to use closed questions and not open questions. So we say, "Do you mind if I sit down?" very few people will say no. Yeah. Although you will meet high net worth people that are not as friendly as either Paul or myself. So we help you also a little bit, but don't create an our position and ask basically permission to sit down. The reason why I do it is twofold. Is one, immediately, because you ask permission, now you also have permission actually to talk to me. Okay? So it's more comfortable for you, it's more comfortable for the whole conversation. Hey, and I allow you to talk to me. So hey, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. By the way, call me Jack. Mr. Lee is so formal.
Jack, call me Yang Lee also. Please don't call me Mr. Well, Jack, we spoke on the phone earlier, and you told me a little bit about your investment experience so far. So the purpose of this meeting, of course, is just to go over some details and for me to understand what you're doing now and what your needs would be. So, throughout this meeting, I'll be asking you a few questions. Is it quite okay if I take notes?
Yeah, please go ahead.
But Jack, you spoke about your portfolio on the phone earlier. You said that your main bankers is UBS.
Yes.
How's your portfolio doing? What are you invested in?
So currently I have about, anyway, let's come a little bit to the point. I've got roughly 800k in equity, of which I think a large part, roughly 20% is in Apple.
20% Apple?
20% in Apple.
All right.
Yeah.
And the rest of it?
Well, there's 20% in Bank of America. And then I've got all the rest that's spread over some smaller Singapore stocks. Olam, Genting, Midas.
No bonds, all stocks only?
Well, there's bonds, that's separate. I've got about 400k in bonds.
I see. When did you start investing?
I started investing, I think, maybe 6 years ago. Yeah. I have no time to look at my own investment. I make more money looking after my business than looking after my investments. But of course, you want to maximize your returns. So that's why I've got the relationship manager of UBS doing that for me.
I see. How are they doing so far? Scale 1 to 10, how would you rate
3.
3. Oh, goodness. Well, that's quite unfortunate. What do you think would make it a perfect 10 for you?
First of all, as I mentioned, I don't have time to look at my own investments.
Right.
So I would like someone to basically take really care of that. And I know that I need to give the instructions to sell, buy, etc. But I'm not going to pay any attention there. So I would like to have an hour and it's really on top of it. And at the right time, just advise me what to do.
You prefer some more proactive?
Really proactive. So I will tell you what happened with Apple. Bought at $660, and only when it dived to $440, the guy called me up and said, "Well, Jack, I think you need to sell." And he should have advised me way before that.
Yeah,
you cannot allow a stock or an investment to drop first with more than 25% and then say, "Hey, Jack, maybe you should sell."
Well, have you met with any of your RMs specialists over there so far, or is it just?
No, the good thing about UBS, and that's one thing I like about them, is that you deal this with one person and that's it. So whether it's the credit line for our for my company, whether it's the loan that I have with them, whether it's the investment, I just deal with one person, and that's absolutely it's a nice experience.
Right.
And I hope HSBC can do that too, right?
Well, Jack, it looks like you need someone who can simplify your financial decisions for you. That's why you prefer as little points of context as possible. But Jack, I can't claim to be a jack of all trades myself. I work in a team, so that's me, myself, the RM. I have a team of specialists supporting me. For your business inquiries, I have a commercial RM. While that is out of my responsibility, if you have any business inquiries, I'll be happy to get this RM to call you. I won't ask you to call him, I'll get him to call you.
I actually, the way I like to work is that you will be my main contact person at all times.
Sure, no problem.
And you can bring in all the experts you want, but I just want to make sure that I just have one point of contact throughout all my dealings. So it's very simple. If something goes wrong, I know then where you live, I know where your kids go to school. And this is not a threat, just a friendly conversation, right? But I know at least the one person to go after. So I also would like to see that, of course, when we think about maybe company financing, of course that HSBC compensates you for all this business, which is okay, because that keeps the relationship healthy.
Sure. We can work along that line. But Jack, like I said earlier, I would like to be your main point of contact. But if there is anything that is beyond my scope, I'll be happy to get this person's. I'll take the order from you. Get the relevant people to call you. How does that work for you? Will that still be okay?
You call me.
I call you.
I just want to deal with one person.
I see. Well, Jack, well, sometimes if I can get someone with a better scope of expertise, I think that person may give you a better level of service and help you better. I know you don't know that. I know you don't know that.
So, what can we have done?
See, we were trained to not be that one point of contact.
I know. And guess what? There's other banks out there that train their people to say, you take care of everything. And you will be the main guy. Yeah. There's only one contact with the client. It will be you. Yeah. And I'm just using it against you because I know how you work.
That's it. And I know you're going to call the time out.
And there will be people out there, definitely with high net worths. They dealt with many RMs from many different banks, and they will challenge you. So how would you react to that one? Yeah, it is a guy to say, hey, I don't know what to do with you. No one else. How would you react to that one? Okay. At least you would take one worry away from me. How would you react to that one?
I would agree to the contact point, but I would strongly emphasize that ultimately the final decision, I only sit beside the person driving the wheel of the car. So basically you are the one. So if you want to isolate our specialist information or their contact, I can still collate the information, come together, do it.
I was not against him bringing in specialists. Bring in. Yeah, I think you're very honest and fair to say that, hey, I can't do everything. Perfect.
Do you have any figures or retirement? Like
well,
when you are retired in Singapore, or you are retired?
It's good that you ask because I'm actually looking at doubling my assets in 10 years. 10 years. So in 10 years from now, I would like to have double whatever I have now.
Purely investments or looking at
across the board.
protection?
Across the board, yeah. All my assets, I would like to have double. And maybe I need some insurance. I don't know. You tell me.
Because in HSBC, you have a team of specialists. I will bring in this topic already.
Don't need. Okay, tell me, guys.
See, that's a very
You really say you want to.
No.
I think the best thing to ask why double. Because if you can understand why double, it means there's a lot of things in both.
Yeah. You have no need to start selling yet. There's no need to any talk about it. As long as I keep on talking, yeah, as long as I give you hints and I give you more information, keep pile it up. Because you want to get in a position, you're right, where you say, okay, maybe we should sit down because I think I've got a proposal for you that one can help you with your retirement plans. It can help you with your kids. That can help you with floating of your company. That can help you with whatever it is. And now you have 4 or 5 options there. And guess what? The chance that you sell at least something is suddenly increased a lot. That's one. Secondly, the chance that you sell a lot more, a lot bigger, has increased a lot. Don't stop yourself from that by offering me already something. So no need. But it's good that you say that because now he can take it over. So take it over from there.
So Jack, you specified double.
Yes.
Why double?
Well, it's very simple. I had to calculate a little bit my net worth at this moment. It's roughly 5 million. And then excluding all the other things that still are coming in the next year. Because I was assuming that suppose everything goes bad, then I will just break even in 10 years from now. Then still, if I end up with 10 million, that would be nice to send my kids to school. I can downgrade my house, can sell my house. I can basically have a good life until I'm 80, 85. Actually, once I'm 65, don't have to have that much anymore. Once my kids are out and they have their own jobs, I don't have to have that much. So 10 million, more than that.
I see. Well, I actually hear from you that this company, it takes up a lot of your time.
Yes.
But in fact, you still had some time, as you shared with me, to plan for most of your next 10 years, especially for your eldest son.
Yes.
Okay.
Good education, by the way.
Yeah, it seems like you may have also missed out on your second child.
Well, let's put it this way. My first priority, my first thinking every time is about my first one, because the second and third one, for another reason, they automatically. So the first one was balloting for the primary school, and guess what? The second one is just automatically. So somewhere you get this feeling as a parent, hey, once the first one is okay, or the rest will just follow. So, but don't get me wrong. Okay. Also the second and third one, I absolutely agree. I want them to study.
I guess
I don't want them to become like daddy.
Too busy like you.
Too busy, and definitely not in the jeans business. They should not be in the jeans business.
Okay, so I mean, you have basically put it in a very simple statement that 10 years, double your assets. I mean, in a simple mathematical term, probably you're looking at about 7%.
7.81 actually.
Okay. So being so specific, so far we have been banking with RBS. Okay.
UBS.
UBS. Okay. 1 to 10 so far. How do you rate yourself?
Actually, UBS in general is a 9. 9, pretty good.
Okay. And what's missing to make it a 10?
Well, there's only one small thing they need to do for me, is just to change the RM. Once I change the RM, I think I will be okay. The previous RM I had for 8 years, great guy. He left for HSBC, so he's actually now a colleague of you, but he's at a different job now. He offers more than twice the salary, so you guys get well paid. Ooh, has to be. And since then they gave me this young chap, and he doesn't really understand what my needs are or where I want to go. So, but in general, yeah, they're doing quite well.
Okay. If we could just sum it up in some way, is you have the next 10 years that you want to be very specific. How about beyond?
I'm a guy that basically looks again at that point of the time. With 10 million, if I get 10 million, and again, then assuming that my company doesn't float in the market, and I'm assuming that until that moment I don't make any money. So this is a very conservative estimate. And the only thing I need is a guaranteed 7.8%.
All that you have actually placed specifically in your timeline, the timeline you have drawn specifically yourself. We believe we are able to look at this in detail and put small numbers to give it more meaning, especially with what you said in 7.81 in 10 years.
No, it's an annual return, so on average, so I guarantee double my assets in 10 years from now.
So I would like to suggest that I could come back to you on how we may suggest this can be arranged, and whether it fits and value adds to your current arrangement.
Okay. Hey, that sounds great. I'll be traveling next week, but maybe later on the way out, have a chat with Nancy. I will let her know that let's meet up in 2 weeks from now.
Thank you for that. So I'll just speak to Nancy shortly.
Okay. Okay.